Imagine I hand you $10,000 in cash right now. No taxes, no strings attached, just 10 grand sitting in your hands. Here's the question. Would that money make you rich, or would it disappear within a year? For most people, honestly, it's the second option. Studies on windfalls, like bonuses, inheritances, lottery wins, tell the same story again and again. The money's gone within a couple years. Not because people are careless, but because we're surrounded by ads and algorithms whose entire job is to make spend it now feel like the obvious choice. And that matters most right now in your 20s. You probably don't have much else going on for you financially yet. Maybe a small salary, maybe a little bit of debt, but you've got decades of compounding ahead of you. And that's worth more than most people realize until it's gone. Every smart decision compounds, but every bad one compounds too. So today, we're ranking the best and the worst ways to spend $10,000 in your 20s. Now, some of these are obvious, and some might genuinely make you mad. A couple are probably things you've already bought, but no judgment, I've bought some of these too. So stick around because the full tier list at the end might surprise you. Now let's get into it. Now a quick rundown of how we're ranking everything. S tier is the best possible use of the money. A tier is a great investment. B tier depends on your situation. C tier isn't terrible, but probably isn't worth it. D tier is a bad decision, and F tier is absolutely horrible. Now let's start with one that hurts a lot of people. A brand new luxury car. This one is going to go in the S tier, is what I would say if I was an idiot. This one is going straight to the F tier. Now before the comments explode, I'm not saying luxury cars are bad. I'm saying they're a terrible purchase if you're trying to build wealth in your 20s. The second you drive it off the lot, it loses thousands in value. That's depreciation. You spend $60,000 and the dealership basically hands you back a car worth $53,000 and calls it even. You'd never accept that trade with cash, but wrap it in leather seats and a nice engine sound, and suddenly it's treating yourself. Now add higher insurance, premium gas, and pricier maintenance, and it just keeps going. Most people driving luxury cars don't actually own them. The bank does, off an $800 a month payment. Meanwhile, the actual millionaire next door is driving a paid-off 5-year-old Toyota. Invest that same $10,000 instead at a 10% average return, and in 30 years, it's worth roughly $175,000. Up next, we have designer clothes, which is going in the D tier. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Balenciaga, anything where you're paying an extra $800 just because there's a logo stitched onto it. Now, clothes are supposed to protect you and make you look good. At some point, spending more doesn't really improve either one. A $60 hoodie is going to keep you just as warm as a $900 one. The expensive one just tells people what you spent. And most designer pieces lose value fast too, since trends change and what feels cool today looks embarrassing in photos 5 years later. And it's really just one purchase. One logo piece creates a craving for the next, until a $300 splurge quietly becomes a $3,000 wardrobe. Now, if fashion's your career, that's a whole different story. But for everyone else, you're paying luxury prices for temporary happiness, and the brand's the only one who really profits. At number 3, we have buying the newest iPhone every year. And this one's going to go in C tier. The same idea, but a smaller scale. Most yearly phone upgrades are tiny. A slightly better camera, a processor you'll never notice. Yet people convince themselves that they need to spend another $1,200 every September, while their current phone works perfectly fine. Companies spend billions of dollars convincing us functional products are suddenly outdated. If your phone's broken, replace it. If it's just not the newest color, stretch it to every 3 years instead. Honestly, your bank account doesn't care what color phone you have. Up next, we have buying a luxury apartment that you can't afford. That's going in the F tier. Let's paint a picture. You just got your first job, you want the luxury apartment downtown with the rooftop pool and the free coffee. It looks incredible. But the rent is half your paycheck. Housing is usually the biggest monthly expense most people have, which makes it the biggest opportunity to either build wealth or quietly destroy it. Living below your means isn't exciting, but that's often exactly how people become financially successful, one boring decision at a time. If your rent is so high that you can't save, can't invest, can't breathe without stressing about the next paycheck, that apartment isn't buying you freedom. It's actually taking it away. Now, cryptocurrency or meme coins that you don't understand is up next. And this one's going straight into the F tier. Now, I'm not saying all crypto. I'm talking about the crypto that you bought because someone on TikTok said it was going to the moon, or because the coin has a dog on it and the chart was green that day. That's not investing. That's just gambling with your smartphone. And the app's designed to feel exciting, the same way a slot machine is. If you can't explain what problem the coin actually solves or why it should be worth more next year, you don't have an investment thesis. You have a screenshot and a feeling. Eventually, the hype dies down and reality shows up. Now up next is gambling. And this one's going to go either in S or F tier. We're going to flip a coin for it. Heads, it goes in S tier. Tails, it goes in F tier. Okay, double or nothing. But in all seriousness, gambling is going in F tier. Casinos, sports books, online poker, slot machines, it's the easiest ranking of the day. Casinos aren't giant buildings because people keep winning. Every game is mathematically designed so that over time, the house wins. You'll hear about someone turning $100 into $5,000, but you won't hear about the thousands quietly losing every weekend. Winning feels amazing, and that's exactly why people keep coming back. The rush is engineered, not accidental. As entertainment, if you treat it like a movie ticket, it's fine. But as a financial plan, absolutely not. Now, similar to gambling, we have buying lottery tickets. And this one's also going in the F tier. Every week, someone says you can't win if you don't play, which is true, but you also can't get struck by lightning if you never go outside. The lottery sells one thing better than almost any business on earth: hope. For a couple of dollars, you could get to imagine quitting your job forever. Then the drawing happens and reality comes back. Once in a while is fine, but hundreds of dollars a month chasing a jackpot means chasing odds so long, you're statistically more likely to hit several other rare events first. At number 8, we have buying trading courses from fake gurus. And this one will make its way right into the F tier. And you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. The guy next to his rented Lamborghini, who's more proud of his 7 new bookshelves he had to install to contain all of his knowledge. Or the guy filming in front of someone else's mansion saying, I made $1 million with this one simple strategy, and today I'm selling it to you for $900. A good rule is, if someone's entire business is selling you the secret to getting rich, instead of just getting rich themselves, that's a red flag. Because think about it logically. If someone genuinely had a strategy that reliably made $1 million, why would they spend their time selling courses instead of just running it? Real investing is slow, boring, and consistent. Nobody gets wealthy off one magic strategy that doubles every month forever. If someone promises guaranteed wealth, you should run. Actually, you should sprint. The only person guaranteed to make money here is the one selling the course. Now up next, we have donating to streamers, which is getting an F tier rating.
No, but honestly though, forget about me. Thank you for the 20-cent tip, Fardeeds.
This one's exploded over the past few years. Subtrains, bit donations, on-screen alerts with your name read out loud midstream. $50 here, $200 there, hoping for one more, so maybe they'll say your name. Here's the uncomfortable part. You're not investing in anything, you're not building any skills, you're not even getting a product back. You're paying for a few seconds of a stranger's attention on a platform built with sounds and effects and leaderboards specifically to make you feel addicted, the same way casino loyalty programs are built. And the streamer you're donating to is very likely making way more money than you are. If you genuinely love a creator's content, a subscription within your budget already helps more than most people realize. Treating donations like a way to buy status is one of the fastest ways to turn $10,000 into nothing. At number 10, we have high interest credit card debt, which is going in the F tier. If you spend $10,000 and end up carrying that balance on a card charging 20 or 25% interest, that's an easy F. Compound interest is your best friend when investing, but it's also your worst enemy when you owe it. At 24% interest, a $10,000 balance alone can generate over $2,000 a year in interest. Money that buys you nothing except permission to keep owing the bank. And it's not just the money. Credit card debt steals opportunities too. You can't invest as much, you can't save as much, you can't take risks, because tomorrow's income is already spoken for before you've even earned it. If there's one thing to avoid at almost all costs, it's high interest debt. Coming up next, we have building a home gym. And this one's going in the A tier. A lot of people think gym equipment is a waste of money, but I actually disagree. If you struggle to stay consistent because the gym is too far or too crowded, a home gym can be a genuinely great investment. Your health affects almost every part of your life. More energy, better sleep, higher confidence, better performance at work. People love talking about compound interest, but your health compounds too. One workout doesn't change your life, but 5 or 10 years of consistency does. The catch is it only pays off if you actually use it. We've all seen someone's treadmill turn into the world's most expensive clothes hanger. Don't be that guy. A $10,000 gaming setup is next, and I'm going to put that one in the C tier. Now, if gaming's your hobby, that's fine. Not every dollar has to make money, and having hobbies is great. But if you're using that setup to edit videos, stream, or run a business, it's going to slide all the way up to the A tier. The same purchase, just different outcomes, depending on how you use it. The real question isn't how much does it cost, it's what will it give me back. Up next, we have starting a small business. And this one's getting an A tier. Now here's one that I'm genuinely excited about. Using $10,000 to start a business, like pressure washing, a clothing brand, landscaping, e-commerce, content creation, anything like that is great. Now, will every business succeed? No. Statistically, most won't. But that's not really the point. Running a business teaches sales, marketing, negotiation, problem solving, so many skills that stick even if that specific business fails. Every successful entrepreneur has failed at something first, and usually more than once. Failure isn't really the cost here. Quitting usually is. At 14, we have getting a college degree. And I'm going to put this one in the B tier. This one always starts arguments because it genuinely depends. Some degrees have incredible returns, like engineering, accounting, computer science, or nursing. These all pay off the cost many times over. Others leave people with massive debt and few job opportunities in their field. The degree itself isn't automatically valuable. The return on it is. Before spending tens of thousands of dollars, ask yourself, what job am I realistically getting with this degree? Not the dream scenario, the realistic one. Education is valuable, but overpaying for it isn't. Next up is a $10,000 vacation, which is going to go in the B tier. Now, this one actually surprised me when I first thought about it. Experiences matter. Travel exposes you to new cultures, you make new memories, and years later, you'll probably remember an incredible trip more than another gadget. But there's a huge difference between taking a vacation and financing one. If you're debt-free, you've saved for it, and you've budgeted for it, then go enjoy yourself. But if you're putting a vacation on a credit card just so your feed looks good, that's a terrible trade. Nothing kills the afterglow of a great trip faster than a statement 3 weeks later that doesn't match how much fun you will remember having. Number 16 is an emergency fund. The emergency fund is going straight to the S tier. Nobody posts pictures of their savings account. It's boring, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. Life has a way of throwing expensive surprises at you. Your car breaks down, your AC dies in July, you lose your job. The difference between people who recover quickly and people who spiral into debt is usually just cash on hand. An emergency fund buys you time and options. Instead of putting a surprise expense on a credit card, you just pay for it and move on. Financial freedom isn't about driving a Lamborghini. It's about not panicking every time something unexpected happens. Learning a high-income skill is next on our list, and it's going in the S tier. Sales, coding, video editing, copywriting, anything that makes you more valuable in the marketplace. Here's something I wish more people understood. Your greatest investment isn't the stock market. It's you. Learn a skill that adds $15,000 a year to your income, and that return keeps paying you every year for the rest of your career. The stock market and real estate are great, but your ability to earn more money funds everything else. Nobody can crash your knowledge or repossess your experience, and unlike most possessions, skills usually become more valuable the longer you have them. Now, second to last is starting a side hustle. And this one's going to go in the S tier. Most people have exactly one source of income, which is riskier than it feels. If your job disappears, so does your income overnight. An extra $500 a month from a side hustle is $6,000 a year. Maybe it grows to $1,500. Maybe one day it replaces your job entirely. Even if it never gets huge, you'll learn how to market yourself, sell, and solve problems. Skills that transfer into almost every career. There's a quieter benefit too. Sleeping better at night. Knowing one bad week at your day job isn't a financial emergency. Now finally, we have investing in index funds. And this one is the easiest S tier rating. I saved the last for probably the least exciting item today. Investing in low-cost index funds. No flashy purchase, no unboxing video, no dopamine hit. You buy it, and then you mostly leave it alone. It sounds boring, and that's exactly why it works. Historically, broad market index funds reward people who invest consistently and stay patient for years, riding out the down years to capture the up ones. Most people want to get rich quickly. Wealthy people usually get rich slowly. Wait 10 years to start, and that delay can cost you far more than the original $10,000 ever could, often tens of thousands more, just from the growth you gave up. Slow doesn't make headlines, but slow usually wins. Now, looking back at this list, I noticed a pattern. Almost everything in the F tier is trying to make you look successful, while everything in the S tier actually makes you successful. One buys appearances, and the other buys opportunities. Real wealth is usually quiet. It's the person with the 6 months of expenses saved, investing every paycheck, even when it's small, or learning a new skill after work instead of scrolling. Social media only shows the highlight reel, never the car payment or the sleepless nights over next month's bills. None of that looks exciting until 10 years go by and suddenly it looks like everything. So here's the challenge. Next time you're about to make a big purchase, ask yourself one question. Will this make me look rich? Or will it actually make me rich? That single question can save you thousands over your lifetime. Because every financial decision is really a trade. You're trading today's money for tomorrow's outcome. Make sure it's a trade your future self will thank you for. Now I want to hear from you. What would you add to this list? What's one thing people in their 20s waste money on that I didn't cover? Drop it in the comments. I will reply to everyone. And some of the best ones might end up in a future video. Now, if you enjoyed this and want more videos on money and personal finance that's actually entertaining, hit the like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel more than you'd think. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.